Happy Pride Month! Hey, it's me, Pajama, with Pajama Life. And today we have a special Pride edition of our show. And we are going to watch Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It's finally here. And somebody somewhere is shot in Kansas, as well as the John Waters classic Hairspray. Can't have a Pride show without John Waters, but we also can't do it without my two bros right here. David, the guru of all things Star Wars, say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. It's time to raise a fuss. It's time to raise a holler. You've worked hard all week for those dollars. Now sit back and enjoy Pajama Life.
Oh, he came up with the white rap.
That's the summertime blues. That's the summertime blues lyrics. Not a rap.
There we go. It's also time to turn to the professor of all things Marvel and Tolkien. Say hey to the people, Patrick.
I don't even know how to follow that up after that. Incredible.
Maybe it was something that rhymes with Nantucket.
Bucket? Oh, there we go. Tan bucket. I found it. There it was. But hey, everybody, glad to see you here on Saturday. So we'll talk about this. Hopefully, we can steer you to the good stuff and steer you away from the bad stuff.
Yay, there we go. Well, here's some good stuff. It's back. After a successful first year, the second season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Let's take a peek.
And while you take this short leave for personal reasons, I will be acting captain of the Enterprise.
Take it easy, Mr. Spock. You'll never even have to leave space dock.
What is the human expression? Famous last words.
Someone accidentally simulated a coolant leak on the sensors. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was on purpose.
Commander Pelia, you might explain why anyone would engage in such subterfuge.
To steal the Enterprise? Do you have a good reason to steal the ship?
Shield's at 80%.
You're no typical Vulcan.
No. It would seem I'm not.
Okay, I know somebody who liked it. That smile on his face, Patrick.
Dude, every episode of this makes me love it more. It's episodic. I mean, it seems like maybe they're kind of trying to aim for a little bit of a long-term thing here. Maybe an season-long arc. The first season they wanted to test the waters. Delightful. Spock was, so good. And you didn't see much of Captain Pike because he took off, and you didn't see him for the whole episode. So you got to see how Spock interacted with all the people in the crew, and how he diffused the tensions with the Klingons and drinking blood wine at the end. I'm telling you, it was pretty solid. Love everything about this.
David, what did you think?
Oh, could not wait for this show to come back. It really did not disappoint. The story is so much fun. The story is so much fun, and you really kind of come to care about Captain Pike, and in a little bit of a surprise twist, it's like, hey guys, I'm going off to the teachers conference like Gabe Kaplan did during his negotiations for a pay increase, and he wasn't in the show, and it was like he was there, Anson Mount was there and gone, but it was the strength of this ensemble cast, which, like the original show, was fantastic. Loved it. Great characters, fun story. Carol Kane coming in.
Oh my God, yes.
That's a surprise. What a fun character there. And Pam, I know this is something that you really liked. I believe you would really like. At the end, the little nod to the original Uhura Nichelle Nichols. Really,
that was heartbreaking.
Really a powerful way to end. this show is really just so good. Gene Roddenberry would be so proud of this. He really, really would.
Oh my God.
All right, everybody. Face palm.
Okay. So I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I was like, where are the parents? I mean, they kicked off the Ilarian chick, Rebecca Romaine, and the captain. They're like, anybody with gray hair, get out. And then we'll explain away the Lanternite Carol Kane's character. Okay. I mean, it was okay. Although, okay, Carol Kane did make an interesting point about being a Lanternite and living for thousands of years or almost eternally. This is why I would not want to be a vampire, because you would get bored. So that was kind of the one thing I did like about the show was that little repartee. But I kind of am like, okay, so Spock and Nurse Chapel are like going to be a thing, but she's going away, and so they're kicking her. Are they kicking her off the show too? It's a lot of people coming and going, so it'll be interesting to see, if they are going to keep the captain, they are going to keep Rebecca Romaine's character, or if they are going to keep Nurse Chapel. I thought Uhura was supposed to move on, but I guess she's staying. So I don't know, but you guys like it. That's great. So at least it's episodic. So there'll be different types of episodes. So I just thought this one didn't grab me as much as the first episode or some of the episodes in last season. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll get better, but little bit of a mixed review.
How could it get better than Make the Ship Go?
Yeah, that was cute. Now.
That was great.
That was
and
so good.
He was so proud of it too.
And it was just so tongue in cheek. It was referential to everything that every other TV show, they've all done.
Everybody's got one.
Well, Kirk never really did so much.
He didn't. No,
he didn't, because it became a thing with Patrick Stewart's character, Picard. But I mean, it was wonderfully referential to people that got the jokes. Yeah. It was. I don't know. I don't see.
I even got my cup.
I don't see what there was not to like about it. It was so good.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. I mean, different spaceships for different folks. So we hope you'll continue to watch, and we will continue to watch. We'll drop in on the show every now and again, see how it's going for Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Okay. Up next is a suggestion by this guy, Bridget Everett, longtime collaborator with Amy Schumer in Somebody Somewhere. It's a Kansas show.
Season 2.
Okay, here's our to-do list. It's extensive. Number 1, visit your mother every day.
Let's start that one tomorrow. We are leaving as soon as we finish eating.
Copy that. What's our safe word?
Is that what I think it is?
Turn it around. Stacey, have you in it? Holler at me! Oh, okay. I feel the spirit!
Ma'am?
No, that's her.
She put you on the no visitors list.
Just me?
Hey, hold my calls. I love saying that. I don't have a secretary.
We aren't capable of providing the level of care Mary Jo needs right now.
Oh my God, Joel. Your positivity is getting on my nerves.
I can't help it. I just can't help it. And seeing Fred and Susan like that, just love is so beautiful. Just a crazy thing that's been happening over and over again for thousands of years.
That was a sweet comment. And the show, I initially was pretty resistant because I didn't like the first season as much. But I think they really found their way in the second season. It was a lot funnier and a lot more. I love the camaraderie. I was trying to find his name between Bridget and Jeff Hiller. Oh, I love them together, and I love Murray Hill. Oh my God, I love Murray Hill. Just a wonderful, wonderful character and person in life. So it's definitely a cute show. It definitely, the second season is a little bit lighter than the first season. So I enjoyed it. I ended up really enjoying it. That's why you have to give things a second chance. Sometimes the first time doesn't work out, but second chance, and it's pretty decent. David, what do you think?
I find it stark. I can't really get into it. I think there's a lot of good performances. I think one of the things that I think really makes this stand out as a positive story is we're here in Pride Month. Obviously, lots going on in terms of controversies and issues with the trans community and backlash in places. We see a representation of the trans community in the one comedian that we don't see very often. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it's a person, everybody watching this, everybody in general has met somebody like this person one way or another. You don't fully notice it. And it kind of like, for those of us who've been oblivious to those things, we didn't even take any note of it. But those folks are there. I think it was wonderful to have him there as a part of it. Great acting. It's funny in some places. It's not a story that I can really grab into. But I think there's a lot to be said there on an artistic value.
Yeah, and great show, Patrick.
I recommended this because it's different than a lot of stuff you see. I mean, the pacing is slow, and it gives time to build things. It's kind of like you don't rush cooking a souffle. You have to let it sit in the oven after it's done so it don't fall. I mean, you have to let all this stuff go through. Great representation. And everybody in it looks like real people that you might run into, especially in the Midwest. Because I live in Lawrence, Kansas, for those of you who don't know. And I'm about an hour and a half from Manhattan, which is where all this takes place. My wife's brother lives in Manhattan. We go there and you see these places. This was shot in Manhattan. You could tell this looked like Manhattan. And you got that feel of the Midwest. And it was interesting to see the Midwest portrayed as somewhat open and friendly and welcoming, because usually in media, the Midwest is people who are so backwards they don't even understand fire for the most part. I mean, you see that a lot. And unfortunately, our political system tends to extenuate that for whatever reason. But it was really good to see regular looking people having regular conversations and no one, batting an eye that, okay, these two people are gay. Okay, whatever. You just moved on. It was really good, refreshing. I found the characters to be real because the relationship between the two sisters, super good. I mean, I thought that it was well written, and I had no inkling that the lead actress was connected with Amy Schumer. I wouldn't have cared because Amy Schumer isn't in this, so the fact that she's friends with Amy Schumer is irrelevant to the entire episode. And it was really good to see her. And I didn't know her, but man, it was great. I mean, like I said, it was people that I saw downtown today. It was people that I see every week downtown. Mm-hmm. So it was really well. And if you have, I mean, it's just really welcoming and inclusive. So if you are interested in this kind of stuff, I mean, this is a great show. I mean, it didn't make a big deal about it. It just was part of the framework.
Yeah, just part of the fabric of the community. And which kind of, okay, so, I mean, come on now. They that's not necessarily how the Midwest is. I think it's kind of a
well, I would
maybe
say that,
a idealized version of it.
I would say that even in
But
Midwest,
that's okay. I like it.
even in Midwest towns, you get groups of people that are different. And they all stay within their groups to a certain extent. So the fact that this was a gay friendly group, and with several people that were gay or trans in it, they didn't interact tons with the public au general. It was their group.
Yeah.
And
the Joel and his new boo, the man who plays Tim, I think his name is Tim. I forget his name. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's fantastic. I love him. He always, when he got up and sang, and it was terrible, but he just sang his heart out. And it was just hilarious. And the what was it? The cowboy sushi.
Oh, yeah.
That was hilarious.
I've had that.
You've had it?
Oh God, yeah. Everybody's had it around here. I mean, my first wife's mom used to make that all the damn time.
Oh my God! I must have left before it became a thing.
I never heard of that. I forget what she called it, but that's what it was.
Oh my gosh! And I'm like, after what happened though, I'm like, maybe I won't get any. It didn't hold up, so.
But Pat's comment though on how this was a positive portrayal of the Midwest. There's a lot of times where small town America, from Hollywood's perspective, gets mocked and ridiculed and stereotyped.
Yeah. Think Footloose.
And there's people are people. There are great people in Brooklyn. There are great people in Manhattan, Kansas. There are great people everywhere. There's jerks too. But we all have the internet. We're even if we have accents that we don't always understand, that we have a commonality here, and there are good people everywhere. So I might not be appreciating the show as much as I should, because I think Pat's comment is really important for people for this to be on HBO and for people to see this and see the good in folks, especially at a time that's so divisive. Divisive.
Right. So I think that it's a lot of fun too, a lot of body humor, and a lot of, it's kind of burlesque kind of humor, but it's fun because they're all really great at what they do. So definitely, and you can tell they all enjoyed it. I don't know if it's for, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. Let your kids watch it so they can see some normalized, kind of stuff. I was thinking of the language and the sex and some of that kind of stuff, but they watching that mess anyway, so they might as well watch something that's positive. So definitely check out Somebody Somewhere on Max. All right, and now we're up to the classic John Waters. I remember sitting and watching this with, I don't know, did we watch it, Pat, with over at Andy?
We might have. I was just thinking we might have seen this with Andy.
Yeah.
who incidentally was the Grand Marshal of the Pride Parade here in Kansas City last weekend.
Yeah. So congratulations to Andy Chambers and Sister Glamorama Ding Dong, and helping us all to become more inclusive, and back when we were wee babies. So let's check out Hairspray.
I saw you on TV. I want you to be my model.
Would she be paid for this?
Everybody young and old, learn how to rock and roll. Listen, here's something new. Everybody's jumping through.
There, look! It's Tracy. That girl's got roaches in her hair.
My little Tracy's a clean teen.
There's no bugs on her, baby. Come on and work it, baby. Work. Come on and work it, honey. Work. Do the swing.
Who the hell is Tracy Turnblad?
Tracy Turnblad is a whore. A human roach nest.
She is a hair hopper. A what?
White and black together for the first time on local TV.
Let's get naked and smoke.
Having living like a hop, skip, and a jump from Baltimore. It's really interesting to watch this now as an adult, and it is very nostalgic, and that was the point of it too when he made it back in what 84, 86, something like that. That it was kind of a look back for him to his days as a young person in Baltimore, growing up in Baltimore. And I think it was the first time any of us saw, like, well, my age at least, saw a character like Divine, and who actually played two people in this movie, very diametrically opposed people. And it was really great to see that, that character really is groundbreaking. I mean, people didn't see that back then. You see it a lot today, but this was like the first time, like, a lot of us saw a character like that. And it's but it also deals with some serious issues around race as well. And but it's just a lot of fun too. It's a lot of fun. It's silly. And Ricky Lake, seeing her as a young teenager, she was a teenager. I think she was 17 and undiscovered. This was like her first big thing, and really fantastic. So I enjoyed it once again watching it. Pat, what'd you think?
Oh, still holds up. I mean, John Waters is just ridiculously awesome. I mean, there was so much.
It's sly things.
I mean, and the music was good, and I mean the weird dances they did in the 50s, probably all accurate in the way they did it. I mean, it was very nostalgic for him. I'm sure it was unknown to you and me. I mean, because we were too young for that. And to watch I mean, Divine is Divine. It was hilarious. It was, and Jerry Stiller there. You had Rick Ocasek from the Cars. Had a bit part in there. Debbie Harry from Blondie.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there were like Sonny Bono, Moment of Silence for the Fallen there, Metatree. But just it was wonderful. I mean, it's still good. I mean, I watched it and enjoyed it just as much as I did the first time. And hell, it's like we said, 30 years old.
35, I think. 35?
Oh.
I think that's like 35. This year. I think it's the 35th anniversary. So
really good though.
Yeah. David, what'd you think?
Oh, well, I loved the music and kind of the genre of the 50s and 60s in that period. So I think there's something really fun about that. But obviously he's got a very biting humor, and he's really putting a mirror up to America, at that time, and the class issues, the race issues. This is almost like a bookend piece to Crybaby with Johnny Depp, Two Lords, among others. So this was, again, just a fantastic film. Really have to say something about John Waters' ability to find people and give people opportunities that otherwise wouldn't have had them. And so I think there is really something to be said that he really was a wonderful storyteller. And this movie, I think it holds up to today, frankly. So I think it's something that people can really enjoy, and still important for us to see.
Yeah, and it's still around. He's still alive. And,
I was just checking. Oh my God.
He's
77 years old. He's old, but he's
I didn't put him in the ground, did I? Or did it just imply that?
But he's still out there doing it.
Thank God I didn't say rest in peace. I didn't think you're dead there, John. But
well, he's just up the road, so we don't want him coming knocking at the door.
Actually, I would love to have him come knock at my door. I don't care.
Oh my gosh,
mad or not mad. Go ahead, yell at me. Oh my God, John Waters is yelling at me. This is
I know.
He knows my mother, so if he yells, I'll mention Janet Bell, and he'll get a smile on his face. He actually knows my mother. They knew each other from days gone back.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome. He's 1 degree away. Oh my gosh.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
so really sorry. So really sorry if it came across like it was an RIP moment. That's so awful when someone does that on TV.
Well, that's I've seen that in live sporting events.
Okay, so now we have to ask favorite John Waters movie. Go, Patrick.
I like Polyester a lot.
Ooh.
Oh wow! Oh
I like
wow!
Polyester a lot.
Oh man, David.
Crybaby.
Yeah. I might have to say Crybaby. That would put Johnny Depp on the map, who I was like half in love with from 21 Jump Street anyway. And so, from that movie, he really went off and became a movie star. So,
between him and
good
Tim
on
Burton,
John Waters.
who made Johnny Depp.
Yeah. I mean, and to kind of see what happened to him then and now, it's kind of like, oh.
Yeah, he started to believe the hype, probably, is what happened.
Huh?
He started to believe his own publicist, about how great he was.
Well, that's hanging with Hunter S. Thompson too much.
Did you ever hang with Hunter S. Thompson too much? I don't know that you could.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know. I'd like to try. I'd like to give it a shot.
One Kentuckian to another, right there, with a little bit of some hard living.
I mean, you know what? I'm looking for our list for next week, because next week, oh my goodness, if I have this right, so we're gonna watch Chevalier on Hulu, Mrs. Davis on Peacock, and what else?
Strange New Worlds, episode 2, season 2.
No,
doesn't
Secret, oh my goodness, how could I forget Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson is out next week. So we're gonna cover that. And we might watch Drag Me to Dinner to round off Pride Month. So definitely come back and see us. So fellas, we're at the end. How about you say goodnight to the people? David?
Everybody, have a great time. Enjoy. Wash away those summertime blues. Just for a goodbye here. So long.
Patrick.
Everybody, do your best to stay cool. It's getting to be that time of year. So check on your neighbors. Make sure you have fun.
All right. And don't forget, we celebrate the blackest holiday of the year, Juneteenth, on Monday. So don't fall for the corporate hype. Just check out the history and why it's important for us to have this holiday so that we can have an end to the tyranny of slavery. So definitely come back. See us next week. We'll see you next time on PJama Life. Take care. Bye.